Well, when it comes to Epic Universe, we're still waiting on some details, including annual pass holder previews or whether those will be soft openings, whether they'll be express pass. Like, there are a lot of questions, but there are some things beginning to open. We have the Stella Nova Hotel opening up very soon as the first real aspect of Epic Universe opening, even though it's a hotel sitting outside of Epic Universe. But every day it's getting closer and closer to May 22nd of the park opening. But we do have some word from Universal on early park admission to Epic Universe that we can check out here to give us an idea of how this can look if you are able to get early park admission. So we're just going to read through this real quick and give some thoughts on it. So hi, I'm Jared with Capture the Magic. Again, this is directly from Universal Orlando. It talks about early park admission. So if you're not familiar with early park admission, basically, hotel guests and other selected groups can access one of our amazing theme parks up to 1 hour before the park opens. So you also have to have a valid theme park admission. And it's a great perk if you're staying on property. Use this to your advantage because you can get in there earlier than other people, but not the entire theme park is open to certain aspects of the park. So currently right now, Universal Studios Florida does not have any early park admission. Universal Studios, as of right now through January 31st, you can get on it. You can get onto Harry Potter Forbidden Journey, Flight of the Hippogriff, Velocicoaster, Ollivanders, and Hagrid's Magical Motorbike Adventures. So then they also did announce for Epic Universe starting May 23rd. So May 22nd is the opening day. They will not have any early park admission on the opening day, but starting the next day after that, up to 1 hour prior to park opening, early park admission for Epic Universe will begin May 23rd, and this is all the way from May 23rd all the way through December 31st. So this doesn't look like it's going to change, at least this year. So the available attractions are going to be Mario Kart, Bowser's Challenge, Yoshi's Adventure, Minecart Madness, and Stardust Racer. So it seems like Super Nintendo World and Celestial Park are going to be part of early park access. I don't know how much of Celestial Park. Obviously, it doesn't seem like Constellation Carousel is going to be part of that. I'm sure there's going to be food options available, but it seems like for the most part, Super Nintendo World and Celestial Park are going to be part of the early park admission there. So if you're looking to go and that is something you want to check out, I mean, that is something to take advantage of. I would say if you're staying on property, taking advantage of this especially in this early stages is probably going to be pretty good idea here. Now, there's a lot of questions about what's the best way to go about, let's say, opening day to try and get the most out of the park. Obviously, nobody knows because the park's not open yet, so you don't know how these things are going to go. But I would say if you're going to take advantage of early park, admission, going into Super Nintendo World first is probably going to be something that will help you get the most out of the rest of your day because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to go to Super Nintendo World right off the bat. I do think Minecart Madness is going to be a ride, potentially with some issues in terms of capacity because each cart only holds 4. And so I do wonder how many people are going to be able to move through that line per hour. So that is easily a ride I could see that ends up having a very high wait time. And also it's a family coaster, so it's not like a very intense roller coaster like Velocicoaster, so a lot more people are going to want to be able to do it. Plus Donkey Kong and Nintendo are very popular. So probably getting in here and doing Minecart Madness right off the rip will open you up to then maybe go into Ministry of Magic, go into Dark Universe, like opens it up to do these other rides after the early park hours and probably get the most out of your day. So I do think it's quite an advantage to be able to do that if you are staying on property. So if you are looking to do that, and we always say on our podcast, if you can rope drop, it's still the best way to try and get the most out of your theme park day because a lot of people will not get to the park till a bit later in the day. So if you're able to take advantage of even early park access, that gives you even more advantage here. So I would say that's something I would utilize if you are going here, and probably Minecart Madness. I would guess out of those 4 rides would be the one that has the most wait time here. Probably Mario Kart after that, Stardust Racers, and Yoshi's would kind of be my preliminary guess as to how those wait times would go. But either way, if you're looking to go, you can get some early park admission, how you might go about doing that, and set up your park day at Epic Universe. So once we're in the park, like we're going to be there opening day and the second day. So once there is an idea of perhaps the best way to go about this, we will talk about it on here to give some tips and reviews about certain things like that, as I'm very excited to check out this park and not just look at construction photos and what might be, but actually get in there, ride these things, check it out, and give some thoughts on these things. But we are getting more tidbits of information seemingly as time goes on. Obviously, I would assume any time we're going to hear about annual pass holder previews or soft openings, because I've heard the rumor being multiple months of AP previews would be going on here, and I do think that they want to move a lot of people through these parks. And looking at some of the recent construction photos just dropped, so we'll be doing a construction video very soon. But the park is getting very, very close here to being done. Seems like the final touches are on most of these things here. So the park, I imagine as soon as construction is completed on the outside, from what we can tell, Universal may make an announcement about when, annual pass holder previews and things like that will take place, because I'm sure they want to get that rolling as soon as they can, get team members trained, get people running through the park to see, how the crowd flows, how the rides do, and really work out all those kinks before opening day. And the more time they have to do that, I think that does set them up for a more successful opening time frame, as there is a lot of pressure on this park. Obviously, a lot of expectations, a lot of hype, but that can easily turn into negative sentiments if they're not able to deliver on a lot of the things that people are looking forward to. So just because there's a lot of excitement and hype for it doesn't mean necessarily it's going to be a hit right off the bat. Things can happen. Look at Hagrid's when it opened. Some people waited 9 hours, 10 hours in line for that ride because it kept breaking down. So obviously they want to try and prevent that and have a really smooth opening time frame and allow people to really check out this park, hopefully with minimal interruptions from rides going down or other theme park issues that could happen. But either way, that's going to be it though for this video. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel, as we do lots of coverage here of Universal Studios, Epic Universe, Disney World, and pop culture. And let us know in the comments if you're going to take advantage of early park admission, and which ride are you going to hit first if you are. And until next time, we will see you in the parks.